G'day legends, so Israel Adesanya has posted some stuff on his YouTube channel and I feel like we could take a look at it today and have a bloody laugh at it because it is pretty hilarious. I didn't know Israel Adesanya was such a comedian, or maybe he's just a confused man. You know, maybe he's confusing April Fools with the Christmas holidays. He seems to think Christmas is a time for joking around, not for friends and family, but we love Contender Izzy. We love how much he wants to get his hat back into the ring. So we're going to go and look at what he said over on his YouTube channel at The Style Bender. The Style Bender still gets me every time. Leg kicks from range. Although he did mix in body shots against DDP, so there is something there. Anyway, let's have a look at Izzy's clip that he posted to YouTube.
Surprised the way Khamzat ran through Rob. That was crazy. That was like, wow. That made me want to fight him. I was like, okay, shit. This guy's actually really, really good. Yeah.
Izzy. He's back at it again. Good old lying Israel. No one believes you, bro. No one believes you for a second that you want to fight Khamzat Chimaev. This is the problem that I consistently have with Israel Adesanya. He's an amazing fighter, but so often, especially during his title run, he would just say things that would make you stop and go, dude, what are you why are you putting this out there? Like, what are you doing? It's like watching Dustin Poirier go for his 100th guillotine. It's like, why are we doing this failed thing over and over again, man? That's Israel Adesanya. Most times he opens his mouth. So this Izzy wants to fight Hamzat Chimaev. I don't believe this for a second. I don't think this is true at all. We're also going to be having a look at Hamzat Chimaev's reaction today. We've actually got footage of the moment Hamzat was read this news, hearing that Israel Adesanya wanted to fight him. We've got that in today's video. So even Israel Adesanya's fans, they don't think that this is a good matchup for Izzy. Like, nobody thinks that Israel Adesanya could get the win here over Hamzat Chimaev. And let's not pretend, right? I mean, yes, Izzy has had a massive career, huge, long career all over the world, outside of the world of MMA as well. You know, he represented China in kickboxing. He represented Africa in MMA. He represented Australia when he first got into the UFC. He represented New Zealand against Australia when he first got into the UFC. Izzy's been doing this for 1,000 years. But even a primed 30-year-old Israel Adesanya just knocked out Paulo Costa. He's got tits hanging off him. You know, he's gynoed up. He's doing everything that he needs to do to get the win. Even that version of Israel Adesanya doesn't have a chance of getting the win over somebody like Khamzat Chimaev. It's just the styles make fights, and Hamzat's style destroys Izzy's style. So the idea of Israel sitting there being like, I'd love to fight him. No, you wouldn't, mate. Come on, man. We've seen Izzy dominated by a bigger, heavier guy in Jan Blachowicz before, and even BDP was having great success with Israel Adesanya take it. We just saw BDP submit Israel Adesanya, even though Izzy was destroying the guts of Dricus du Plessis, just landing big, heavy shots into the guts of Dricus du Plessis. It was still not enough to stop BDP getting him down onto the ground and submitting him. So even with messing up the guts of Dricus du Plessis, almost finishing him with them, Dricus was able to put him away. Imagine what Hamzat Chimaev would do him. A fresh, tough Hamzat Chimaev. I don't know why Israel Adesanya has picked this. Maybe with Hamzat Chimaev being called the Wolf, and Israel Adesanya always wanting to, you know, shout out the puppy. Maybe Izzy, he's entering his latest stages of life. He's looking for some other flavor to sprinkle onto his dish of fetishes. Maybe he's looking for the next level up, you know, from puppies to dogs to wolves. You know, maybe that's something that he's interested in. Maybe, you know, instead of being a top, he wants to go to a bottom. You know, mate, you got to spice things up as you start to get older. Things aren't as strong as they used to be. You know what I'm saying, Izzy? All that aside, we have Hamzat Chimaev's reaction. Yeah, one of his mates had the phone out and was filming him as he read the news that Israel Adesanya wanted to fight him, and his reaction is absolutely goated. Look, we know why Hamzat Chimaev's fans and Hamzat Chimaev himself would act like this. Like, if he was actually in a cage opposite Israel Adesanya, the moment that first bell rings, we know what Hamzat's doing. He's ducking down. He's shooting straight to the legs. He's got the strength, the length, the reach, everything that he needs to drop Israel Adesanya down to the ground and absolutely start beating the living piss out of him. I think Israel Adesanya's teeth could survive Hamzat Chimaev's first round, but I don't think Israel himself could survive that first round at all. Especially since, like, we all just watched that training footage of Izzy in the gym, and it looks like his takedown defense is not exactly improving. You know, like, The Israel Adesanya fans out there, they would have to pray to the Lord above that the Khamzat Chimaev deniers like myself, the people who are constantly talking about Khamzat Chimaev's gas tank, that somehow we're correct about that. And that Izzy could survive that first round, the second round, and then start to put on an absolutely leg kick from range performance. The clinic of the century when it comes to leg kicks from range. Leg kicking from range so much that the next 3 rounds after the first 2 are a couple of 10-8s to claw back the previous 10-8s that would have just been set against him in the first 2 rounds of the fight. The only chance that Izzy has of beating Khamzat Chimaev is if Hamzat's own immune system once again comes crashing down on him. And let's be real here. Let's be honest. The idea of Khamzat Chimaev having a bad immune system, that idea is starting to fade more and more into the background. It might not even, I'm willing to admit that might not even be a reality. Maybe it has just been a set of unlucky circumstances for Khamzat Chimaev. And as far as Chimaev actually thinks what his real reaction is, he's been asked about Izzy in the past. And he has said that he believes that he could finish Israel Adesanya without even throwing a single punch.
For Israel, there's nobody there, only me. So money, if you spoke about money, if you ask the fans, they want to see me in Israel. Finish that guy like without punches, and that's why they're scared. Then the store is dead, you know. Maybe the guy makes money for them.
And do you know what? I believe him. I agree with him. I think he could submit Israel Adesanya. I think he could take him down and submit him. I think he could beat Israel Adesanya without even landing a single strike on him. I want you to let me know down there in the comments. Israel Adesanya versus Khamzat Chimaev. Does Israel Adesanya have any chance of winning? If not, how quickly does Khamzat Chimaev finish Israel Adesanya? When does he finish him? I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know them down there below, just like big old Kyle did in this recent video I did about Sean Strickland versus DDP. Kyle said, just because Sean doesn't look to knock people out doesn't mean he doesn't land significant damage / strikes. The hits don't look hard, but did you see DDP's face after they fought, mate? DDP even said his jab was strong. He felt that is not a significant strike. I swear I got to stop watching these MMA videos of people who don't know what they're talking about. Well, thanks for watching the video anyway, Kyle. I appreciate you wasting your time and watching my video. And look, Sean's opponents, they definitely feel his strikes. But the problem is, what do the judges see? When Sean is throwing these jabs and these teeps, sure, they might be pacing up the opponent. The opponent might be feeling them, but they look like basic strikes that don't really hurt that much. And it's only till later on in the fight, maybe round 4 or round 5, that the damage starts to accumulate on the opponent's face. And you go, oh my God, those strikes actually do hurt. But unfortunately, the judges have already handed in 3 previous scorecards. And Sean Strickland, his style is anti-MMA judging. It's just basic shots at range without really any finishing or damage or impact on them. And by the time Sean's usually 25-minute affair is over, 3 of those rounds have been close enough to go to the other guy. This is the problem when it comes to Sean Strickland and him in front of the judges. It's not some anti-right-wing conspiracy in the most right-wing company that there is right now in entertainment, that being the UFC. It's just that Sean Strickland's style in front of the judges doesn't go a long way to give him points per round, which is the way that we score the sport that we're all watching. But hey, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't know what I'm talking about, Big Kyle. But thanks for sharing your thoughts anyway. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya. Any chance of that happening? When does Hamzat finish Israel Adesanya? Does Israel Adesanya's teeth leave with him in the cage? That's an option now that we have to think about, you know? Does Khamzat Chimaev make Israel Adesanya cry when he says, I'm the real dog in the yard? More of a Jan Blachowicz thing. Anyway, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, if it's your first time here, g'day. My name's Dougie. I make an MMA video every single day of the week. I try and go live about 3 times a week. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. If you want to know when I go live, hit that bell button next to it. And if you're already on board with the channel and you want to see more of this content, hit the like button. It helps this channel grow. The more this channel grows, the more time I can spend in front of the camera. Until then, you guys all have a great day. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all in the next video.